I do, folks. How you doing? Just a quick one. I thought I'd come on here and just have a bit of a rant or a bit of a moan or a bit of a mooch. I don't know. It's a late one. It's really late at night. So it is what it is. Not that that makes any difference to you, 'cause it's whatever time it is you're watching. But reality is, I was a little bit bored and I thought I'd come back over the office, do a little bit, and then I thought, fuck it. Yeah, I'll have a bit of a mooch because there's something I'm going to discuss in a second because I'm probably going to bounce about. You know what it's like. But there's something I'm going to discuss which is fucking bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But we'll get to that in a second anyway. I thought I'd come on and probably just have a fucking moan about the usual old bollocks, the world, the way of the world, the fact that people aren't getting it. it's, it's fucked. The world is fucked. We're in a situation now where people should have really sat up and paid attention a long time ago, and they're still not doing. You've got those that believe they're awake, who are mooching down to Tommy Robinson's, and I've been told it's time I woke up like the rest of you, or the rest of them. The Tommy Robinson supporters, I'm not doing my bit apparently, and I need to wake up. Well, I'm laughing, but it's not really that funny, is it? Because this is why the world's fucked, and this is why the world isn't going to get better. Um, they've got not just the sleeping masses anymore. Before, in my opinion, I knew there was dissent within the truth movement, and I've always known it's fucking full of shit. But the reality is, I've known that people don't get on in the truth movement, and I know some do different things with different motives. But even with that in mind, knowing we don't get on as a truth movement, you still kind of think it's the truth movement against the system. But it isn't. It really fucking isn't. The truth movement is shattered, not just fragmented. It's fucking shattered. It's got so many different belief systems within it and so many different people fighting in so many different ways. Each other, for one thing, but even with the system, they've all got different fucking ideas on what we need to do, whether it's we need to find a way to beat council tax, we need to find a way to get the judiciary on side. You've got Graham Moore. I'm not calling him out by any stretch of the imagination. Constitutional guy, really good at what he does. He fucking knows his shit. I'll give him that. He's running a court case at the minute, but it's about elections, which is gutting. I mean, look, I'm not a constitutional guy. I know the Constitution. I've read the Constitution. I deal with constitutional issues. I'm always looking at that sort of thing, but that isn't where I am. Now, I'm happy to have a discussion. I can't stand there toe to toe with somebody like Graham Moore. Like I say, he really knows his shit. As far as the constitutional guy's concerned, I would put him at the top of the fucking tree. But the problem is, and it's a fucking huge problem, the Constitution, although should be the solution, isn't. And it isn't. And I get it. I get the arguments. I get the fucking arguments. I really do. And I absolutely fully appreciate and accept it should be the solution. It should. But it's not. It's not. And it's not going to be. And like I say, I'm not calling him out. He's fucking got his heart on something. He's put his arse into it. He's studied for years and years. He's done some amazing things. And yes, with his knowledge, he can deal with a great many issues. Of that I am absolutely sure. Because although the Constitution isn't a solution to the problems that are dire, the real problems that's going on, I mean, as far as I understand, I don't know. I've never spoke to the guy, and I don't really talk to people about him either. And I don't watch what he's doing. But from what I understand, they want somebody like reforming. Well, come on, folks. You can't vote in a new master and expect him to be on your side. You can't. And I mean, the very thought, I mean, I don't even follow politics, but I don't know. I'm presuming Farage is still with Reform. And that is the most ridiculous one out of the lot because if you can't just listen to the guy, see the guy, and know he's one of them, this is fucking unbelievable. They're literally playing theatre to you. It's a scripted fucking shit, and people are falling for it en masse. The world has fallen for it. Literally, the world has fallen for this shit. And I don't just mean Farage. I mean, England's fallen for its shit. America's falling for its shit. I mean, look what the fucking hell's going on with this Kirk fucking fella shit. This is fucking bizarre. You've got so much Freemasonic symbolism around it. I don't get into numerology, but the guys that do get into numerology have tore it a fucking part. You've got photos of that woman crying over fake hands with Freemason rings on, with one photo of her with pristine fucking hairstyled straight from the hairdressers, and the other one looking like she's just got out of bed. They're doing this on purpose. You should be able to see this shit. But it's not just that. There are so many discrepancies. It's got to the point of ridiculous. And the fact that it comes out now that apparently, I mean, it's all fucking staged, but Trump introduced them. So that's like telling you why this is so close. But now there's a fucking a Charlie Kirk Memorial Day. Hang on a minute. It was just a fella off the fucking internet. Or was he staged? I know, and most of you, for God's sake, most of you have got it surely to fuck. But the fact people aren't getting it is bizarre to me. But this ain't about that fucker. So it's done. That is. I mean, they coming out all the time saying this one's got fired because they've said something. That one's got fired. You can't get fired because you said something. How the fuck? I don't care if you was laughing your fucking bollocks off at the fucking Queen's death. You can't get fired for it. You can't get fired for finding something funny. You can't. You just can't get fired for it. You would have them in front of a tribunal, or the American side would do what they have, which is the equivalent of the tribunal. I don't know what that is. But they'd have them in front of that, and with the way America is, with the lawsuits, they'd become out of it a fucking billionaire. It's fucking bizarre. We're just getting bombarded by the fucking dead internet. Now, I said it, a few months ago. Look into the dead internet theory. Look into it. I'm going to demonstrate it. This is what I was talking about at the start. I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to go into it. The dead internet theory. You've got to look into the dead internet theory. Now, I looked into it a long time ago. I don't keep my nose in it because we're dealing with it all the fucking time. Most people just don't get it. But the internet is about dead. It really is. I would say fucking 90% of your interactions and fucking arguments, it's all with AI. But AI isn't exactly what AI is. But you want to know about AI, Robodeck, come on, OD2. He's the one to tell you it's not even artificial intelligence. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm not even intelligent enough to discuss that shit. Go talk to the AI guy. Rob will explain to you what AI is. But but ultimately, we've got it, and what it is isn't what we think it is, but it still is what we're dealing with. So we'll call it AI for now because that's what it's known as, and we don't know anything else. So yeah, we're dealing with AI. We're dealing with artificial internets. We're dealing with artificial people. All your friends, every single one of them. No, most of your friends will be the bots. the algorithms, they're literally feeding you shit. Now, I'm going to demonstrate this to you because this blew my fucking mind. And now I'm going to just go straight into it. Most people know, some people know that I deal with health issues amongst many other things in a big way. And I help people in a big way with frequency um, devices and my place where I've got treatment rooms where I help certain people with certain ailments. Now, the point I'm coming to is I decided I was going to set up a Facebook page to kind of give info and help people and whatever, see where it went. I created a Facebook page. I'm going to show you this. I'm doing that again, aren't I? I'm going to show you this. And the best way of doing it is by sharing the screen. Now, right, this here is Resonant Health. You can see up here, Resonant Health. I have put nothing whatsoever on this page, and I mean nothing. You can see this shit on there already. I left this an empty page 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I believe it was 2 days ago, and I created it. I left it there, and now after the weekend, I was planning on start working on it in my spare time, in between sessions, in between what I do, and I was going to start loading some information up there, which I can't do now. I may turn it into a private group or recreate a private group. This is going to be gone just because of what's happened to it. Now, as I say, I have put nothing on there. Now, earlier on, I opened it up. My wife had asked if I'd set one up, so I'd said I was thinking of setting one up. I says, yeah, I'll show you, and I opened it up. And I'm going to show you what I found 2 days ago. Right, first of all, we see the biggest fucking ore in the world on the screen. But, oh, hang on a minute. I don't know how I can do this. This is sharing. So, oh, no, I can do it. I can do it. Right. Right. So we're going to go down. Right. Okay, then. I thought I was on a more of a picture of a screen. Right. So here we go. We're going to go down here. Ba-bum, ba-bum. This is 2 days, remember, and I haven't loaded one thing on this page. Nothing at all have I put on there. This should be absolutely, totally, 100% empty as far as I was concerned, just waiting for me to start loading things onto this. Now I've come onto it, and clearly I find all this shit. What's a man to do? Really? I'm going to start now putting some really useful, great information on this just so this shit can just keep happening. Now, this is the dead internet. This absolutely is, even wind warnings there. It's the dead internet theory in practice. It's a visual representation of the dead internet theory because, as I say, this page is a couple of days fucking old. There shouldn't be a damn thing on this page at all because I am the only one who's supposed to have access to it, as far as I'm aware. I am the only one who should be uploading anything to it. And since I started telling you about this and brought you onto this screen, I've been fucking scrolling down these posts and I'm still fucking going. Can you see the fucking madness of the internet? Oops, I've clicked something. The madness of the internet. This is what is going on, people. All that shit on your feed is getting slammed there by bullshit. There was a time where you could come onto the internet and you could get some good information. You could get answers to things. You could talk to people. You know that you've put some stuff up or somebody else that's on your friends list has put some stuff up onto your feed. But now, this, the dead fucking internet. That is quite bizarre. Now, I don't know if anybody can be asked to count how many posts have come onto this in a couple of days without me clicking anything on it at all. And I mean, I set this thing up and I didn't reopen it. I set it up, and then once it was set up, the page was set. I got the name on there. I think I finished writing a little bit. I think I posted the thing I wrote. I might not have done actually though. I might still have it to post on it, which was just an introduction to the group, to the page and what it was. But this is what we are left with: the dead fucking internet. Now, how much of your feed, I'll just stop for a second, has this follow? Oh, I keep clicking things, sorry. This where my arrow is here, the follow. And apart from that, the adverts. Now, the other shit, the ones that are follows, I presume they're just bots putting shit up there for you to look at and fill your fucking feed, so you don't realize that you ain't got your friends following you anymore. You've just got this shit going on, or you've got very few friends. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm sure your reach doesn't go very well. But as you see, I'm still fucking scrolling. I'm still scrolling. This is fucking bizarre. 2 fucking days. 2 days, people. There we go. We finally got to the bottom of it. Finally got to the bottom. Now, how is that fucker? And I don't know whether you noticed, just before I clicked it off then, the first advert or the first post that was there was different to what the first post was when I scrolled. I don't know if that's just a natural thing that happens. Maybe some of you, when course it fucking is, I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. I just use this stuff, but I don't really advance my tech uses. I do what I do to do what I do, and that's about all. The most technological advanced things I use is rife machines, which I'm quite proficient at. But you learn to use what you need to use when you're a technophobe. You don't really like to get too far into shit. I remember my old man when I was a kid, when they got the VCRs and I was a little kid and I had to program it just to come on at 8 o'clock or whatever if it was going out. But here I am now feeling pretty much the same where it comes to technology. But anyway, and yeah, I thought I'd get into a bit of that because that's pretty fucking bizarre when you think about it. And the fact that the world is fucked because people keep falling for bullshit. Now, it's little wonder people are falling for bullshit when it's that level of bullshit. That's called real bombardment. Now, that's just a visual representation of what's going on in your life, in real life, in the life of what's happening, in the scheme of what's happening with the people. Just bear with me. I'm not going away. I'm just grabbing a drink while I'm here. So yeah, you've got to pay attention to what's going on. You've got to not pay attention to what they're pretending is going on, and how the hell you work that out is anybody's guess. Now, excuse me. I've been in this game a long time, too fucking long, but so long, too long for it not to have made a difference. That's for sure. But so fucking long that I said, well, it's into bad time because I know others that have been in it fucking longer than me. I still don't get it. I just get it. I'm here and I see this shit, and it doesn't matter what happens. I don't need to be told. I don't need to be shown. I don't need to study. I don't need to understand. What's just happened is wrong. It's bullshit. It's false. I don't need any of that. I'm not super special. There's nothing. I'm just a fucking fella. I've been saying it all along. There is nothing special about me or anybody else out there that you're following or watching or seeing on the internet. We're not special. We're just people. We're just fucking people. Them fuckers that want to stand on them pedestals that you put them on, they're the ones to fucking watch. But the reality is, like I say, I'm not fucking special. But when this shit happens and I go, oh my fucking God, they're going to fall for this fucker again, aren't they? I literally just sit there and watch it happening. I'm not fucking Nostradamus. I've just seen it enough to know what's going on. I just don't fucking comprehend how so many others don't. And so many of the ones that go, I do, yeah, I do. Then all of a sudden you're there going down to fucking London to march on a Saturday to protest against Parliament. That still fucking tickles me. How the fuck? Look, I know that they're so blatant when they do their stupidity. I think it's a bit like, when Elon Musk pretended to put a car in space and he says, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. I think that was kind of the pre-programming. They're literally psychological programming. And I think his term there, I don't know if maybe TV started reverberating that same term, dropping it into films, dropping it into things. I don't know. Subliminal shit. But I'm pretty sure it was a subliminal message. So you're seeing shit that looks so fake now, and it looks so fake, it absolutely has to be faked shit on purpose. It really does. Now, maybe I've looked a little bit further into things, but I've seen these sort of prosthetic disguises that they've been using for a very long time on you. Some other people probably know a little bit of what I'm saying. I'd like to think most do, but I don't think many actually will. But there are some really serious prosthetics out there. Now, when they do the guy who just got shot, and he's laid there in the coffin with his missus, with two photos like supposedly a minute apart, with her hair totally fucking different. Them hands that were there, their mannequin hands that you could clearly see were mannequin hands that were they didn't even fucking make it blurry. They were rubber. You could see they were fucking rubber. And I should imagine somebody working in the rubber industry would tell you the exact specific type of rubber it was, just because it was so close up. You could fucking see his fake hands under her hands with the Freemason rings on. And all of the 33s that they chucked out on it. That was quite bizarre. And the guy not looking anything like the video footage, not an artist rendition, I don't think it was. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that it was like, this is a still from the CCTV, this is the fella. And then you get him, he looks totally fucking different, and the whole world's just gone with it anyway. This is that prime trauma-based mind control where they've literally shamed and ridiculed and vilified anybody who spoke up about it. And what they've done is faked the speaking up about it. They've faked all this laughing about it and this. So now they pump everybody out there who's kissing arse, and you're going to kiss arse too, because you're being shown how to act. You're literally being shown how to act. I don't know if anybody's seen that psychological experiment where there's those people in the waiting room and there's one genuine customer and everybody else is an actor. I think it's a doctor's or something. And every time a certain thing happened, I can't remember what it was now, they all stood up. Did they put an helmet on? Or was that that might be a different one, actually. So they all stand up and then sit back down again. And then this fucking idiot who's walked in there, who's an actual customer, he does. And he starts doing it with them until they've all gone in one at a time. And he's alone, standing up and sitting down, and standing up and sitting down. And it's like, This is what's going on. They literally teach you how to behave. And they're teaching you how to behave with this fucking bullshit now. While they're praising her, and they're just, oh yeah, she's now a CEO of whatever the fuck it was he was a CEO of, and got the full backing of the presidency. And come on, come on, really? How are people falling for this? Well, they've suddenly just become the most powerful people in the fucking world. Amongst the most powerful people in the world. He was just some fella off the internet a bit ago. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on, people. How, how the fuck? And I would presume that she's going to be the next president after Trump. You heard it here first. Come on, people. It is fucking bizarre what people fall for. But, I don't want to ridicule people out of being woken up. But a lot of you guys that think you've woken up recently, and I'm not fucking shitting on your strawberries, I promise you I'm not. I'm just trying to point you in a direction that you so desperately need to be pointed in. You've gone all wonky. You started off wonky, and what happens? Newbies, when they come into this, they learn something. And yes, COVID woke people up. COVID was supposed to wake people up. They literally put on the government website 2 days before they announced the lockdown that it wasn't serious. They do it on purpose. There's where they tell you the truth. On the government website, they told you absolute truth. And then on the news agencies, which are registered as entertainment because they have no obligation to tell you the truth, they entertain you. And this is exactly how they fucking do it. And the internet is no different. There is no expectation of honesty when you are watching a YouTube video, be that me or fucking anybody else. I've said it for years. Don't trust fucking anybody. But we've got to a point now where you can't even trust what you see with your own eyes. You just can't. You can't trust what you hear with your own ears. You can't. And very, very soon, we won't be able to trust what we actually can physically touch with our own hands. And that I guarantee. They're winning. They're winning. And all these little fucking things that everybody's concentrating on are not the fucking point. Whatever you fill in your head with, it's distraction. I promise you. Right the way, all the way through, right up to the Tommy Robinson thing. Because you think you're fighting something there. You're not. That isn't the issue. That's not the fucking problem. And you've got to get in the room before you can realize what the fucking problem is. No point in anybody just saying it on a fucking YouTube channel. You've got to come round to what you're doing is wrong. You're being guided. All these protests. Stop and think for a minute what you've achieved and what you. Never mind all this rhetoric. Like you've had you say you've made yourself fucking heard. Bollocks, have you? You was guided on a controlled protest by literal fucking, not just fucking obvious shills, people that have admitted it openly. Come on, people. It's all a show. It's the dead internet theory in real life too. The dead life theory. They're mirroring what they're doing in real life on the internet. It's a dead internet. It's all by the algorithms. It is all the algorithms that's doing this. Out there in the world, it's all the actors that's doing this. That's the algorithms. That's the version of AI, the controlled, the programmed, the actors. The AI is exactly the same thing. They're mirroring it. They've got you on the internet and they can have millions of you march up on London whenever they want. Think, for fuck's sake. Think. is I would like to say it's about the only thing you can literally do freely nowadays, but that's not so because they've been in your head for fucking years. They've been in your head with the internet for absolutely years, programming you and video games, and before that, TV. And me, I don't think I'm sitting here high and mighty. I've lived a very different life to anybody else, I would say. I don't know anybody that's lived a life the way I've lived a life, but I'm no better than anybody else. We're all fucking equal. But I was conned into believing their system actually controlled, but it doesn't. It just manages the illusion. I was conned into that. I only woke up just under 20 years ago. Just. I know, I know. As I say, I've been doing this too fucking long, way too fucking long. But the reality is, waking up ain't enough. You've got to wake up and then realize that you've just been woken to their false narrative. Then you've got to re-wake up. And that happens over and over again. And I don't know if there's an end to it. I every day I'm waking up to a new fucking thing. So does it just keep going? Is this just keeping our souls busy? Stealing this experience off us, this experience, this human experience. Don't like the word human, but for want of a better word, when just chatting. But the reality is, it's all fake, people. Literally every fucking thing. And the next big thing will be too. I promise you. But most people will fall for it again and again and again. It doesn't end. This is the game. Nothing ever ends. They just revolve. It's like the voting cycle. You vote one in, you scream them out. You vote them in, you scream them out. You vote them in, you scream them out, and it just keeps going because you're only focused on this one. Stormy, you don't give a shit what Sunak did before, do you? Remember how angry you all were when Sunak was in and he needed to get out? Anybody remember what it was he was doing? I'm sure some people do. I don't follow politics, so I have fucking no idea. But one thing I do know is it's all we need to get these out. We need to get Conservatives out now. We need to get Labour out. We need to get Sunak out. We need to get fucking Starmer out. And they've done it with every Prime Minister. And you'll do it with the next one and the next one and the next one. And I see people that are screaming to me that they're awake and telling me all about their awakening and they fucking want Starmer out. The show must go on. It doesn't matter if the lead puppet gets fucking taken out, walks out. He's not going to get fired because he's doing a perfect job. He's doing exactly what he's told to do. He is doing his job to perfection. The problem is you guys haven't fucking guessed yet what his job is. That's the problem. I always say you guys. I know there's some of you that absolutely have. But the majority of people have not a fucking clue. And then when they start to realize, they still fall back on it. Still, yeah, but it needs to go. It still needs to go, though. Ah! I woke up in 2020. And I know a lot of people did. And I know some have woke up right and actually looked into things and listened and then done their own due diligence on everything, which you really, really must. It's so important. I can't even fucking state how important it is to do your own due diligence on absolutely everything. And world events, you can do your due diligence, but I'm telling you, anything on the world stage. There is a reason to call it the world stage. I mean, have you ever wondered why war, they call it the theatre of war? It is all theatre. I know in war, people die. They genuinely do. That's because those up top play that game. the theatre of war. They don't give a shit about the people. They don't give a shit if you want to block all the fucking streets of the country. They do not give a shit. All of this hit them in the pocket. If you fucking hit them in the pocket, anybody thinks that that's not going to do anything, don't know how money works. Bollocks. Anybody thinking hitting them in the pocket is going to do anything, you don't know how money works. Remember when they shut the fucking world down? They shut the world down and then gave billions out of public funds, well, trillions worldwide, out of public funds into private pockets. Hit them in the pocket. Don't be so fucking stupid. That falls straight into their hands. You're not hitting them in any pocket at all. They don't just print the money, they control the figures. And the figures are only what they tell you. Go tell them you want to audit the figures. Money does not exist. It's a control structure. It's literally there to control you, to keep us fucking pawns running around on them hamster wheels just to try and survive, as most people are. There are some that are a little bit more fortunate than others, but the reality is most people have to get up, have to go to work, have to bring in as much money as they can just to get their heads above water. Not to live, they're not living, just to survive. And that's got them so distracted, they haven't got the time to stop for 1 minute to say fuck you to this country. They can't say fuck you to anything, because when this new system comes in, and it fucking will, when the digital system comes in, they will absolutely have to sign up for it. And all of you fuckers out there that are saying, I fucking won't, yes, you fucking will. I don't know each and every one of you watching this, but I would fucking put everything I fucking own on that many people out of this truth movement fucking actually saying no. Because let me tell you, it's the end of your fucking life. It is the fucking end of your life. When you won't go digital, you will not be able to do a damn thing. You will not be able to buy a damn thing. You will not be able to access the internet. You will not be able to bank. You will not be able to work. You will not be able to put food in your child's mouth. You will not be able to fucking pay one fucking bill, so you will then no longer have a home. You will lose absolutely fucking everything. It is absolutely criminal genius what these Moriarty motherfuckers have actually done. It's criminal fucking genius. And they are sitting there smiling their arses off when the fools go marching down to fucking London and do everything else that they're told to do. There is absolutely no fucking way in this world this can be fixed by fucking doing what they fucking plan you to do. You cannot ask for their consent to do something and expect it to be bringing them down. The more stupider thought than that there has never been. Oh, apart from the fact that they might let somebody get elected into the prime puppet position who might take them down. Because if we vote harder, we could have a different posh twat in. In fact, a posher twat. Not that I'm poshest, but we all know what his class is when it comes to the hierarchy and the classes along the way. We know what he is. Just some people are so fucking desperate for a savior, they're gonna beg for fucking anything. And that's exactly what's going to happen when they play their final fucking play and chaos ensues, whether that's through a shutdown or through whatever other false flag event they've got planned. I'm not going to list the possibilities that I would have in my head right now. If you're truly awake, you'll already know them. In fact, if you're partially awake, you're semi-conscious, you should know some of them. But the reality is, they'll have you fucking jumping for them. They'll bring the solution when they've caused the problem. Most are going to fall for it. And most are going to be so needy anyway. So needy anyway. Like I say, your children, if you've got them, you're not going to be able to feed them. You're not going to have running water because you're going to lose your fucking house. You're going to be on the streets. There's nobody taking you in. You can't go and scratch on. You can't go and get some assistance from the government. Well, you could. You take that little chip in your hand. Or just accept the digital ID as it will be first. Tiptoes, remember. That way, even though you might see it coming from a few steps away, you're still going to sit there going, but I couldn't do anything. I had no choice. And that is the criminal genius of these Moriarty motherfuckers. They've got you. And unless you're prepared to put your absolute life down on the line and do a Braveheart, they're going to get you. That's a fact. As I said before, I'm not calling for it. The last thing I want to do is see everybody fucking die. At the end of the day, these Moriarty motherfuckers have not just got the police, they've got the militaries. And sadly, most of the military don't get it. I know a few great ones that after the fact they've worked out, and actually I know a couple that figured it out just before they got out. But you know, the ones that are in, most of them are still under the spell. And they will absolutely believe you're the bad guy. And they will absolutely follow orders. They're very well trained. We've got some of the best trained troops in the world. And what the fuck are you going to do if they turn them on you? How far do you take it? I know how far I'm going to go. I fully accept it. I'm on overtime anyway, so fuck it. But the reality is, I know I stand alone. Very, very few people in this world will stand up to what's actually coming. And there'll be a fucking awful lot that'll say, I fucking will, and they'll sound like they mean it. Till the lights go out, there's no food in the cupboards, baby's crying. It's gutting. It's gutting. But me and a very, very great many other people in many different ways have been screaming it from the rooftops for fucking years and years. And you know, before me, years and years and years. My mother tells me that my great uncle was a conspiracy theorist. That wasn't just before fucking computers, that was before TV. Imagine what fucking. I can only imagine they had secret fucking meetings in basements somewhere saying, come on, it was only 2 generations ago that they killed off the Tartarian Empire, killed everybody and fucking grew all the rest of us back in a lab. Sorry, have I just woken people a bit too far? Oh, the rabbit holes go deep. Are you awake? Are you? But it's absolutely right. My mother did tell me he was a conspiracy theorist because that's what she calls me. I I do use the term occasionally because it rolls off the tongue and it's there, and I shouldn't. I don't like labels. I don't label myself as anything. I I just fucking lost for words when anybody asks me any question that needs me to label me or something I do, and fucking I call it what you want. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm not labeling anything. I'm not having any fucking labels. I'll just use these terms in plain simple English as I speak, defining my own words. Anyway, folks, it's fucking much later. Um, in fact, I've babbled so long, I don't even know how long I've been babbling for. But hey, it's a little bit of a different one this time. And genuinely, I don't normally name anybody. But as I don't dislike Graham Moore and I'm not calling him out in any way, shape, or form, I'm not ridiculing him or his knowledge. I think he's got fucking absolutely amazing knowledge and he's top of his tree in this. I do want to say this again. If he gets to see this, I'm not having a pop at you, mate. I'm really not. And you know as well as I know how futile it is walking into them courts. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. I'm sorry to say it. But fair play for you to going in there. I'm not saying you shouldn't be going in there. Um, but you know, the reality is, while ever we play their personage, while ever we're going to stand as their person, they fucking got us. Whether we're talking old constitutional law that they're rapidly retraining judges out of. Don't forget, we've not got the constitutional judges anymore. They've been retraining them for years, and now when you judges used to be in the 60s before they got in, I was going one time when I'm bouncing. Yeah, when the judges used to be in the 60s before they got in, it's not the case anymore. They're getting in there in the high courts in the 30s now. That's because they're retrained. They don't want to have had a life studying and practicing law. I mean, like you think as time's gone on, more and more legislation, every single day, new legislation's flying in so fucking fast. You're getting so much legislation, thousands of pieces of legislation a year are coming in, and that's what they're training judges for. Whereas years ago, there wasn't all that bullshit legislation. There was some bullshit legislation, but they hadn't sped it up, and they had been trickling it in for a lot of years. But the judges have spoke out about it for many years, haven't they? I spoke in another video about Lord Hewitt and his book, The New Despotism by Lord Hewitt. Get it and read it. 1929. Get it and read it and see the sort of shit that was going on and the fact he was warning us now of what they are doing with the law. He called it administrative lawlessness. Administrative lawlessness. That term needs to be learned. It needs to be used. But anyway, I did bounce off there a bit, didn't I? Anyway, as I say, I won't call him Graham Moore. I think he's a decent guy. I think his motives are very, very honourable. And I think he really does know his shit. He really fucking does know his shit. But, and there's a massive but, they're corrupt as motherfuckers. They're not bowing. And even if they did bow on election, it's fake. They're selected. There's never a scenario where the head of a company gets in to destroy the company. It doesn't happen, and it never will. It never, ever will. But that's that. Yeah, if you haven't read The New Despotism, go get it. If you can read a book, or can be asked to read a book, should I say? I won't calling you illiterate cunts there. Oh, I've behaved so well, haven't I? But yeah, anyway, folks, I am going to do one because otherwise I'm just going to bounce again and carry on rambling. And in all honesty, I have absolutely no fucking idea how long I've been rambling for. I know it's late, and I know it was late when I said it was late, but I didn't really pay attention or remember what the time was. But I'll find out in a minute when I cut this off, which I'm about to do. So listen, folks, just remember, it's all theatre. And it's going to happen thick and fast, I'm absolutely sure. More's coming. Not just in this country, but certainly in this country. But even if there's deaths, I'm not saying it's fake. There's nobody dying, but in some cases that is the case. Saying they don't care about the deaths, and what's happening is actually fake. What's going on is fake, but it don't mean they don't actually do things to people. So that's the sadness of these Moriarty motherfuckers. They're not us, and they don't fucking care. They genuinely don't fucking care. And you ain't gonna win anything by your peaceful bullshit going down there when they've arranged it. You know, when they're laying their own yellow brick road, they literally are, and you're following them. Only it's going to go left, and you should have gone right. It's how they do it, folks, and it's what's happening now. And when you see it, as I digressed from before, I remember now from quite a while ago, they have led people off into a fucking wonky old world, and people aren't getting it. People have followed their shit, and you've not just got those going down to Tommy Robinson's. This is the them and us we was talking about before. Or I was talking about before. It's not just them and us. It's those that know are very, 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 very few. The ones that aren't falling for shit. Now, if you're falling for any of it, you're going to fall for the serious stuff as well as the stuff of the preliminary stuff. But the ultimate things they're going to do, you're going to fall for if you're falling for this shit now. If you've got to be explained. But they've got more to come. And like I say, chances are I've just gone off track. I know I have. But you're going to fall for this next shit. There's going to be very, very few that don't. They're literally gilding their own fucking path. And as it's going, they've already won. Folks, I'm going. Listen, I've had a ramble. I've had a bounce. And I could keep going and I could keep bouncing. But I'm going to bid you good night and just think on some things. It's all a load of bollocks. But don't be shamed into going along with shit because other people are. And you think you should, or you think you sound bad if you say something about the dead when they're not really dead. Don't fall for it all. But don't fall for the next big thing or the next big thing. If it's in the headlines, it's bollocks. Ta-da.